Hi there, this is Tata, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Monday, July 31st, 2023. Hopefully you like my snazzy new intro. That is my new intro for my YouTube channel. Alright, and for tonight, I will be reviewing Monday Night Raw. Tonight's Raw was a go-home show to SummerSlam, and it did not deliver. I've always said, if you've been watching my shows, I've always just said that the purpose of the go-home show is to get you excited for the pay-per-view. This failed. Thank you. So let's talk about this main event first. The main event was Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn versus Damian Priest and Dominick Mysterio. So I have to say, this is not a terrible main event. It wasn't. I actually really enjoyed it. That was a great main event. We've seen this main event before. We've seen a different version of this main event. We saw Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Damian Priest and Damian Priest and Dominick Mysterio on the July 17th edition of Raw. Why are we seeing this? Typical tag team main event to end Raw as always. Exactly. So it's like I said, don't get me wrong, it was a great main event. I really enjoyed it, but we've seen this before. And if Kevin Owens hadn't gotten hurt, I'm pretty sure we would have gotten maybe Damian Priest and Dominick Mysterio versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at SummerSlam for those tag titles. But, it's really this whole rinse and repeat type of thing going on. And it's really annoying. I will say some highlights of this match were, of course, Rhea Ripley causing a distraction and getting in Sami Zayn's face. I kind of thought for a second that maybe Raquel Rodriguez would come out and, take her out, but that didn't happen. That happened earlier in the night. And another thing to note in this was Finn Balor's hesitation. Like, after Damian Priest hit the Razor's Edge to Seth Rollins, he kind of stared at his briefcase. And it looked like he was going to cash in. But Finn Balor hesitated to give him his briefcase. And so Rhea Ripley, she distracted the referee. And Seth Rollins hit Dominic with that briefcase. And then he gave a stomp to Damian Priest. And so Sami Zayn and Damian Priest were victorious. And at the end, you can kind of see that Damian Priest got busted open, I think either from the nose or from the mouth as a result of that stomp. Now, I really like that hesitation because, again, it adds to the dynamic of Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Is Damian Priest going to cash in at SummerSlam? Is he? I don't know. What do you guys think? Is he going to cash in? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment section or in the live chat if you're watching this live. But overall, like I said, great main event. I did enjoy it, but it's just a rinse and repeat. Seriously. And I guess the reason why it also feels that way, too, is because remember, Sami Zayn did take on Dominick Mysterio for that NXT North American title. I think it was last week on Raw. So it's how do you expect us? I hate how WWE is building this feud. It's just constant matches, a different variety of matches. What's next? Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Raquel Rodriguez versus Judgment Day? Seriously. So tonight's Raw kicked off with the Logan Paul cutting a promo. Monday night, rinse and repeat. Yeah, exactly. Rinse and repeat. It was basically, what I have to say, I really like the fact that Logan Paul has finally embraced the heel persona. I know when he came into WWE, he did not want to be here. He wanted to be a face. But I'm so glad he's finally embraced it because just being a heel suits him naturally, if you ask me. And like Ricochet said, that even though Logan Paul is a horrible human being, he's a great showsman and he can respect that. WWE right from the start wanted us to change the channel. Oh, wow. So Logan Paul talks about how they went viral at the Royal Rumble. Remember when they did that springboard? And he actually replayed that clip. And he does say that they're going to put on one hell of a match. One of the things that I did like about this was, you guys know Samantha Irving, the WWE announcer, is Ricochet's real-life girlfriend. And Logan Paul told Ricochet not to take it personally when his girlfriend announces Logan Paul as the winner. And then they saw it to a brawl. So I kind of did like that. I know later on in the night we do get a follow-up segment with Logan Paul where he says he's going to give Ricochet a small taste of what would happen. He gave Ricochet a small taste of what would happen at SummerSlam. and he says he promises it to be one of the most rival matches. So, I don't doubt that this is going to be a good match. I really do think it's going to be a good match. I question, though, is Logan Paul going to win this or is Ricochet going to win this? Because what does Logan Paul get out of it if he wins? Exactly. I know he's taking a lot of L's, but my opinion, Ricochet should win. And how did Ricochet go from feuding with Nakamura and Bronson Reed to feuding with Logan Paul? We get a backstage interview with Imperium where basically Gunther is kind of talking about how he's disappointed in both Kaiser and Vinci, and that he's going to take care of the barefoot meddling maggot Riddle tonight. And at SummerSlam, he's going to end McIntyre once and for all. So I really hope that doesn't mean that they're going to split up Imperium. Like, they were brought back under the Triple H's regime, so I'm a little worried that they might split up because he said that he wasn't happy with them. But this leads into Matt Riddle versus Ludwig Kaiser, which I honestly thought wasn't a bad match. That was a pretty decent match. Really surprised Ludwig Kaiser went clean here. I did not see that coming. I did not expect that. I kind of thought Matt Riddle was going to be here. And remind me again why Gunther still... Imperium doesn't need to split. I agree. Remind me again why Gunther is still feuding with Riddle. I mean, didn't he beat Riddle and this is still going on? It's like, I don't get it. Kaiser deserved the win. He's been taking somebody else. Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't deserve the win. He did. But, again, we've seen this feud before. We've seen a variety of this match. It's been to be. This is a go-home show to SummerSlam. They need to get you excited for SummerSlam. What does Matt Riddle versus Ludwig Kaiser have to do with SummerSlam? So we got a video package of the Cody and Brock Lesnar feud, and it was a really great package. That's one thing that they does really well is their video packages. You cannot deny that. They don't do a fantastic job with those video packages. This is a great video packages. And I know Cody's documentary came out today. I haven't watched it. Has anybody watched Cody's documentary? I heard it was actually pretty good. I might check it out tomorrow or whenever I get the chance. I know some people were complaining about the song for this video package. I didn't mind it, but I could see why some people did. We get Maxxine Dupri versus Valhalla, which, I gotta say, in my opinion, Maxxine Dupri didn't really do... It wasn't a terrible job. She could have been worse. She could have. And again, I gotta give her props. I think this was pretty decent. Also, props to Valhalla. The song they chose was horrible. Why do you say that? Props to Valhalla for helping Maxxine out in this match too, but I did like the spot where Maxxine does a caterpillar and then the elbow drop to Valhalla. And Maxxine Dupri did get a big victory over Valhalla in her debut singles match. So I wonder if this feud is almost over between the Viking Raiders and Alpha Academy. We get a quick Tomasso Ciampa segment where match was terrible. This feud needs to end with Alpha Academy and Viking Raiders. What a terrible caliper Maxxine did. Okay. So we get a Tomasso Ciampa segment, and basically he's talking about how he's going to fix this problem because, he's having issues with not. So Tomasso tells Nakamura that he needs to pick up some momentum and he's going to go on to win the SummerSlam Battle Royal. If you ask me, there's only one man that should win the SummerSlam Battle Royal, and his name is L.A. Knight. Yeah. So LA Knight is the right choice to win that SummerSlam Battle Royal. And what does the victor get anyways? We don't even know. But this leads into Shinsuke Nakamura versus Tommaso Ciampa. And you know what the sad part of this match is? We don't even get an entrance from Tommaso Ciampa because they go backstage and do an Imperium and Alpha Academy segment, which I'll talk about right now. And I know LA Knight's not winning the. Don't put that evil out there, Ricky Bobby. I didn't think Shinsuke Nakamura versus Tomasso Ciampa was a terrible match. I mean, Bronson Reed was watching backstage, but the thing was, Shinsuke Nakamura won. Tommaso Ciampa should be picking up wins here. Where the hell is Johnny Gargano? I thought they were going to reunite DIY here, but that hasn't happened. He won by grabbing a handful of trunks. So I'm assuming that means Nakamura is fully healed now. Ciampa doesn't get an entrance, and yet Gargano appeared at a house show in Los Alamos. That's what I heard too. I don't think we're going to get DIY anytime soon. So we get a Judgment Day promo, and it's a typical Judgment Day promo. I feel like they've cut the same promo so many times, and they, I think the whole. Let me see. Since Vince scrapped plans for the way to reunite, he probably did the same for DIY. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. Like, during this promo, Raquel Rodriguez comes out and she attacks Rhea Ripley. One thing that I did find hilarious was that while this was going on, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor were just kind of hanging to the side watching all of this unfold. They were just standing there. And then, later on in the night, we find out that Raquel Rodriguez is not medically cleared to compete, and Adam Pearce gives her word that as soon as she's cleared, will get her match on Rhea. So great. So now we know Rhea's not defending her title at SummerSlam. So we get a Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler video package. We actually get two, and I honestly thought they did a fantastic job at building the rivalry. I really like the fact that they detailed the history between Ronda and Shayna. Absolutely great video packages. Like I said earlier, one thing that WWE does well is their video packages. You cannot deny that. They did a fantastic job. And we found out that we're going to get an MMA rules match. It's ironic that they're going with MMA, considering didn't they just merge with UFC? Shouldn't they be doing a UFC rules match? But that's just me, yeah, that's my opinion. Okay. They did a good video package, yet don't care about the match at SummerSlam. So Alpha Academy is like backstage celebrating Maxxine Dupri's big victory over Valhalla, and Imperium interrupts. And Gunther basically says that Alpha Academy is turning tag team wrestling Gunther basically says they're turning wrestling into a joke. And Ludwig Kaiser tells Chad Gable he's not worth Gunther's time. So out of this emerges a 5-minute challenge. Basically, Gable says that he could take Gunther in 5 minutes, and he says that if Gunther wants him tonight, he'll have to leave his crew behind and he'll leave his. We did get a Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes segment, and we got a Cody Rhodes backstage interview. Brock Lesnar cutting a promo on tonight's Raw, right? Basically saying that on Saturday he's going to get paid to fight and kick ass against Cody Rhodes, and then Cody's going to get paid to get his ass kicked by Lesnar. They do all of this, and we still don't have a stipulation for their third match. You would think that match number 3, the rubber match, would have a stipulation, but no, it doesn't have a freaking stipulation. So what? We're going to have Cody versus Lesnar 3 in a regular match? Like, it baffles me that we don't have a regular match. It would not surprise me if WWE gives us a stipulation last minute, or if they don't even give us a stipulation. But this segment was pointless because it didn't give us anything. This one and the backstage segment. Unless I missed it. No explanation and no stipulation, right? No. Gunther versus Chad Gable starts off as a 5-minute challenge and then turns into a full-blown match because Gunther was not happy that Chad Gable lasted the 5 minutes. And the match was actually not terrible. I actually really enjoyed that match, and it really makes me think that Chad Gable could legit take that IC title off of Gunther. Now, of course, at the end of the match, Gunther did call out Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wasn't there, but I don't think Drew McIntyre is beating Gunther at all. Gunther is how many weeks away from beating the record? There's no point of him dropping the title so close to breaking Honky Tonk Man's record. So we get a segment. It made no sense for them to do that double match over Gunther and Gable. Yeah, it didn't. They should have just done the first match from the get-go. But no, what do we know, right? What do we know? We get Trish versus Becky, which I guess is supposed to be a match, but Zoe Starks gets involved. And so they go backstage, and Adam Pearce tells Trish that Trish versus Becky 2 is happening in 2 weeks in Canada, so we're not getting this match at SummerSlam. And what was it name? Ricky Starks? Zoe Starks. Cody versus Brock in the greatest wrestling match. LOL, that's funny. But Fightful Select does report that Monday night, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus match was originally planned for SummerSlam, but it got delayed. They were told that things changed by this weekend and that the match was discussed to be moved back to WWE Payback before it was announced for August 14th. The promo and match totality was scheduled for only one segment on WWE Raw. What a waste to do that match. Good thing we're not getting that match at SummerSlam. So yeah, that's basically what this is. Ricky Starks. I would like to see him face Becky, then Zoe. My bad. But if this was any other Raw, I probably would be generous on my rating. But you gotta remember, this is the go home show to SummerSlam. This is supposed to make you excited to want to buy the pay-per-view if or to want you, or this is better yet. Here's a better example. This show is supposed to get you excited to watch SummerSlam instead of AEW Collision. Because in case you didn't know, AEW Collision and SummerSlam are going to go head to head this Saturday. So, but this show just did not make me want to watch SummerSlam. It didn't make me excited at all. So I'm going to have to give this show a 2 out of 10 because it is the go home show. So not a good Raw. But with that being said, you guys, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continuous support. Tomorrow is the official start of Power Month. If you don't know what Power Month is a month-long celebration of Power Rangers. And this month, well, technically in August, tomorrow, we are celebrating 30 years of Power Rangers. So I'm super excited. I will be releasing, 3 out of 10 mid-show. I will be releasing a rankings video. I ranked all the Power Ranger themes from Mighty Morphin to Dino Fury, from my least favorite to my most favorite. So I hope you check that out. Because, and with that being said, I'll see you guys on Wednesday after AEW Dynamite. And I hope you enjoy my snazzy new outro too. Bye.